What the hell is this?
Whoa! Oh! Come on, you watch out!
Hello there, welcome to Game My Movie Recaps. Today we're going to tell you the storyline of a movie called Beast from the year 2022. Telling us the story of a recently widowed father and his two teenage daughters go on a trip to South Africa, but their vacation turns into a nightmare when they are hunted by a massive rogue lion. So without further ado, let's get straight to the video. But before we start, please support our channel by subscribing and click the bell icon for future notifications. Now, let's start. The movie begins in an African reserve forest where a silent group of poachers armed with torchlights and guns are tracking a pack of lions. The lions are feasting on a deceased zebra when the poachers spot them and open fire. Despite attempting to escape, most of the lions are killed. The poachers load the lion carcasses onto their truck, but suddenly they hear a menacing growl. It's a male lion from the pack, filled with anger and aggression. The poachers make futile attempts to kill it, but the lion hunts them down one by one, mercilessly tearing their flesh from their bones. In the following scene, a doctor named Nate Samuels and his teenage daughters, Mare and Nora, are flying to Africa for their vacation. Nate recently lost his wife and intends to bring his daughters to her native village in Africa. Upon landing, Nate engages his daughters in a conversation about Africa, and they comment on the intense heat. They visit a tea stall and wait for their transportation. Nate's friend Martin arrives and escorts them to Nate's wife's village. Excitedly, Mare and Nora explore the village and settle into Martin's house. Martin, who is living alone after a recent breakup, welcomes them into his slightly dusty yet pleasant home. Mare notices her mother's photographs hanging on the wall, including one where she stands beneath a remarkable tree. Both Nora and Mare are captivated by the photo, particularly Mare, who shares her passion for photography. She eagerly shows the picture to Martin, who admires it, and Nate also appreciates its beauty. This praise surprises Mare, as Nate has seldom shown such admiration towards her. It becomes apparent that Nate was not present with Mare and Nora when their mother passed away, and as a result, Mare holds resentment towards him, blaming him for her death. Nate embarked on this trip to reconnect with Mare and bridge the gap between them. The following day, as the sun rises, Martin contacts his co-worker Banji over the radio, requesting him to meet near the old schoolhouse in the valley. Mare and Nora eagerly get ready and accompany Nate to the meeting spot. Martin informs them that he will be giving them a special VIP tour of the restricted area to witness the incredible wildlife. Mare and Nora's faces light up with excitement as they hop into a car and embark on their journey through the forest. Along the way, they engage in amusing conversations and enjoy the scenic views. They encounter various wild animals, and Mare seizes the opportunity to capture numerous photos. Eventually, they arrive at the valley where Banji awaits them. Banji is preparing a tranquilizer rifle as a precautionary measure. In the distance, they spot a group of lions gracefully roaming near some rocks. Martin reveals that he rescued these lions as cubs and nurtured them until that very day. Mare and Nora are thrilled to observe them. Martin explains that lions live in social groups, with female lions being responsible for hunting and male lions dedicated to protecting their family. Curiously, Nora asks whom they need protection from. Martin clarifies that male lions safeguard their family from other lions and predators. He further explains that each lion and its family possess their own territory, and if any intruding lion attempts to encroach upon their domain, the male lions will engage in a fight to the death to protect their family and territory. Martin approaches the lions, causing Mare and Nora to grow scared. Banji reassures them that the lions won't harm Martin. As predicted, two male lions come near Martin and play with him, filling him with joy. However, Martin notices a wound on a female lion's paw and realizes that the poachers from the previous night might have attacked the lions. Concerned, he instructs Banji to find a veterinarian. Nate asks for an explanation, and Martin reveals that the poachers hunt lions for their bones and teeth. Nora mentions reading about anti-poachers fighting against poachers and wonders if Martin is involved. Martin clarifies that his focus is on protecting animals. They arrive at a nearby village only to discover a horrifying scene. The entire village is filled with blood, and the residents bear wounds and scars. Nate instructs Mare and Nora to wait outside while he and Martin search for survivors. Unfortunately, they find no one alive. Martin concludes that a lion is responsible for the tragedy, and the fact that the blood is fresh suggests the lion might still be nearby. Nate panics when he realizes that Nora is missing. He questions Mare, who insists Nora was with him just moments ago. They call out Nora's name desperately, but there is no response, heightening the tension in the air. Nate and Mare search for Nora until they hear her scream. Nate rushes to her and finds her scared by a dead girl. He comforts her and they all get into the car. Martin drives and tries to call for help on the radio, but receives no response. They spot a bleeding village man on the road and Martin stops the car to ask what happened. The man informs them about the lion. Nate asks the girls to stay in the car while he tends to the injured man. Martin ventures into the forest with a gun, searching for the lion. Near a water stream, he hears the lion growl. It's the rogue lion. It attacks Martin, causing harm. Meanwhile, Nate tries to treat the wounded man on the roadside, but unfortunately, he doesn't survive. In the forest, Martin attempts to shoot the lion. The girls hear the gunshots and become scared. Nate enters the forest to investigate and encounters the lion. He quickly runs back to the car, seeking safety, and locks the doors. The lion relentlessly pursues Nate, hitting the car but unable to break through the sturdy doors. It shatters the window glasses and leaps onto the roof. Mare and Nora scream in fear. Nate urges them to remain calm. The lion descends, attempting to grab Nate through the window, managing to latch onto his leg. Nate kicks at the lion, forcing it to release its grip. Mare quickly starts the car and drives away. Nate kicks the lion in the face, causing it to let go. Mare drives down a slope and crashes into a tree. The car engine fails, leaving them stranded. Nate comforts the girls and tries to restart the car, but it doesn't respond. Nora realizes they are trapped, but Nate assures her that help will come. Suddenly, they hear Martin's voice on the walkie-talkie. Martin, with injured legs, asks about the girl's safety. Nate asks how to save him. Martin sadly admits he won't make it and asks Nate to stay safe. He advises Nate to cauterize his wounds using a heated knife to stop the bleeding. Martin follows his own instructions, screaming in pain. Nate and the girls hear his cries. Nate declares their proximity to Martin and vows to save him. Martin finds himself face to face with the lion, realizing his fate. Mare suggests using the tranquilizer rifle to make the lion faint. Nate agrees and asks Martin to hold on. Martin, relieved, informs them that the lion has left him and urges them to prioritize their safety inside the car. Nate climbs onto the roof, scanning for the lion through the rifle's scope. Suddenly, the girls spot the majestic lion perched on a rock above them. Mare exits the car and runs towards Martin to rescue him. Nate attempts to shoot the lion but misses the shot. The lion pounces on Nate, causing him to fall. Nate takes cover beneath the car while the lion relentlessly attacks from all angles, attempting to reach him. With great determination, Nate fights to stay alive. Inside the car, Nora screams in fear. Mare reaches Martin and supports him, guiding him with a stick. Meanwhile, the lion continues its fierce assault on Nate. However, Nora retrieves a tranquilizer injection from a box and administers it directly into the lion's hindquarters. Gradually, the lion succumbs to the tranquilizer and drifts away.
Get away from the car now! Patrick! gone?
Mare arrives with Martin and inquires about the lion. Nate informs her that Nora struck it in the hindquarters. Nate proceeds to stitch Martin's wound, and Martin warns them that the tranquilizer's effects will wear off in a few hours and the lion will likely return. As night falls, Mare attempts to contact others using the radio, but there is no response. Nate reassures them that he will keep them safe. Mare expresses her frustration, accusing Nate of failing to save her mother, leading to a heated argument. Nora intervenes, urging them to stop. Martin regains consciousness, and Nate provides him with water, questioning why the lion is behaving this way. Martin speculates that the lion may be seeking vengeance against the poachers who killed its pride, as it kills but does not consume its victims. Suddenly, a group of poachers arrives in a truck. Nate requests a ride out of the area, but upon seeing Martin, the poachers accuse him of being an anti-poacher. Their anger intensifies, and they attempt to kill Martin while forcibly pulling Nora out of the car. Unexpectedly, the lion leaps upon the poachers, mercilessly hunting and slaughtering them one by one. Despite their efforts to harm the lion, it tears through their flesh, ensuring their demise. Martin urges the girls to remain inside the car for safety and ventures towards the poacher's truck to retrieve the keys. He meticulously searches the bodies for the keys, all while hearing the lion's menacing growls. To distract the lion, Nate grabs a snake from a nearby tree and hurls it at the lion's direction. The lion becomes momentarily preoccupied, allowing Martin to retrieve the keys and climb up a tree, evading the predator's reach. The lion eventually moves away from the tree, drawn by the distraction. Nate manages to find the keys, but the lion persists in its attack on the car. It breaks through a door and enters the vehicle. Martin takes immediate action, grappling with the lion and urging the girls to exit the car. They quickly escape as Martin and the lion tumble down the slope together. The lion sustains a significant injury, appearing exhausted, but continues its relentless pursuit. Trapped inside the car, Martin faces a dire situation as the fuel begins to leak. In a moment of desperation, Martin ignites the vehicle using his lighter, sacrificing himself to neutralize the lion.
What's wrong?
Be good.
Nate reunites with Nora and Mare, finding that Mare has suffered a stomach injury. Using his shirt as a makeshift bandage, Nate tends to her wound while investigating Martin's fate. Sadly, Martin has perished, but the lion has disappeared. At daybreak, Nate swiftly drives Mare and Nora to the old schoolhouse in the truck. Along the way, they spot the group of lions that Martin had interacted with previously. Upon arriving, Nate accompanies Mare inside to tend to her injury, with Nora closely following. After providing initial aid to Mare, Nate instructs Nora to keep watch over her sister and sets out in search of water. Suddenly, the rogue lion emerges from the surroundings. Filled with fear, Nora and Mare find a hiding spot to evade the lion's notice. The lion approaches, prompting them to scream in terror. Alerted by their cries, Nate rushes to their aid. He fires a shot at the lion, instructs the girls to seek refuge in a nearby room, and confronts the lion with nothing but a knife, engaging in a perilous battle. Nate is pursued by the lion, but he manages to lead it away from the building and toward the group of lions. The rogue lion leaps over Nate, attacking him ferociously. Armed with a knife, Nate fights back, defending himself against the relentless assault. The two male lions, sensing the intrusion into their territory, join the battle and engage in a fierce fight against the rogue lion. Eventually, they overpower and kill the rogue. Exhausted and injured, Nate loses consciousness, only to awaken in a hospital where Banji has taken him. Nora and Mare are by his side, providing comfort and support. Expressing his profound love for his daughters, Nate finds solace in their presence. To honor cherished memories, they visit the tree where Nate's wife once took a photo, capturing a group picture that signifies their unity. And the movie finally ended. What do you think of the movie? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit like and support the channel by subscribing and click the bell icon so that you won't miss our future recaps. And if you have any movie you want us to recap, please do tell us in the comments section as well. And until next time.